Colossus now finishing a lone Marine in the natural expansion of Naniwa. Naniwa has no more money left at that expo. Everything's basically broke. It will all come down to this final fight. There's the advancement forward. We see no EMPs yet. There's some EMPs about to get cast. A big one on all of those sentries. The Viking count ridiculously high, but the gateway units are just overwhelming Thorzane's units, and it looks like the Viking count is going to be enough. It picks off the Colossus. Thorzane makes the surround, and good game. Thorzane does it.
For me, why I like Starcraft is, well, I'll start off by saying that I'm a huge fan of Halo Reach. I always have been. I'm really competitive, and for me, I used to play Halo because I love that competitive feel. I really like the aspect of 1v1s in Halo Reach. It was all about outsmarting the other person and getting the edge and like weapon timings and all that stuff. And that kind of translates to Starcraft. That's why I enjoy Starcraft so much. It's just you and another person duking it out. It's basically who is the smarter person, who can manage their army better, who is better at micromanaging, who has more talent, raw talent in the game. Whereas Halo, it was more about, oh, I got a headshot, or oh, the spread was too much, I couldn't hit the target, that kind of thing. With StarCraft, it's all about, it's just the raw skill.
So StarCraft 2 is a lot like chess on steroids in the sense that both players get to move as many pieces as they can whenever they want to. My name is John Link. In-game, I go by Screaming Llamas. I've had that name since I was about 15 and just ran with it. So I kind of started the StarCraft 2 scene in Grand Rapids. Here at Skynet Gaming, once a month, we rent out the place and we play StarCraft 2. We play tournaments, we do team games, we do crazy custom games, we do raffle prizes, and we just have a whole lot of fun. So one place that we really like to advertise the StarCraft 2 community here is a website called teamliquid.net. They've been around since StarCraft 1. They really are the national forum that you go to if you want to get into StarCraft. They have it's kind of like a Wikipedia sort of thing where you can go and learn how to play each specific races, and you can learn about what different units do and different strategies and things like that. They also have a page dedicated to online streamers where you can actually go and watch people play. So every month or so there's a national tournament called Major League Gaming, MLG, and they stream their tournaments live online. We take over a local pub, the Queen's Pub, and we actually stream those tournaments live on their TVs. And we have about 35 people show up at the last one. And basically we just drink and eat and watch StarCraft. Even at these American tournaments, anybody outside of Korea is considered a foreigner. So we will refer to American players as foreigners, even though they're actually American and here in the States.
I started watching MLG because I played Halo competitively. I used to watch Halo Reach, and I switched to one of the streams they offered, which was StarCraft. And I was watching it with my friend, who was like, hey, you should play StarCraft, because I really liked how the announcers were talking about it, and there's just a lot of action. So I went out and I bought the game that night, and I started playing it. I was pretty bad, but I played it a lot more, and eventually I got to Masters, which is the top 2% of the entire StarCraft scene, and now I'm owning kids all the time.
Tastosis.
Tastosis. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are back. I was getting separation anxiety. I'm a little needy. Oh, I'm so excited. There's no more time to talk about that because we've got to cast these games.
Bet you guys missed my terrible jokes. It's actually the greatest show that there is.
It is the greatest show on earth
in the entire world. This one's the best, believe it or not.
The hosters of GOM TV are Tasteless and Artosis. And I really like those casters because they call themselves Tastosis, the casting archon. And Tasteless he's pretty funny. I like a lot of his jokes. Artosis is a little bit cocky, but he knows what he's talking about. When I first started out playing StarCraft, I used to watch Husky StarCraft, and Husky is a commentator on YouTube, and he made it big, and now he's going to casting at MLG. Husky talks really fast, and he's super annoying.
Last time you went Baneling, but my Marauders had you flailing. Now I see you're rolling Protoss, still raging at how hard you...
So pretty much anybody that gets into StarCraft 2 is probably going to figure out who Day 9 is really quickly. He's been a really big driving force in just kind of teaching everybody about StarCraft and how StarCraft functions. He was actually a 2005 world champion in StarCraft Brood War, and since then he's been doing a daily show just teaching people how to analyze their gameplay, how to learn and become better gamers, and that's pretty much the tagline that he uses, where we learn how to be better gamers. Other casters that are well known would be people like Husky and DJ Wheat, and they pretty much make a living streaming and casting games. A StarCraft 2 game can be replayed over and over again, and you can watch the replays, and they'll actually put their commentary in, tell people what the players did right and did wrong, and we can learn from that, and they're just fun to watch. So last November, the MLG held a tournament, and over the course of the weekend, it had 3 million views, which is actually a pretty big deal when you relate it to TV shows and how many viewers those pull in, especially for the 18 to 35-year-old demographic.
When there's big events, usually I watch them on my computer at home, and it's kind of cool because it's a great bonding experience with my roommates. We all, pour some wine and sit around my computer and comment on what the announcers are doing wrong or what we think the players should do in-game.
One of the big topics going around the StarCraft 2 community right now is an interview that DJ Wheat had with the CEO of MLG, Sundance, where he talked about how the StarCraft 2 scene is going to have to start being monetized in order for it to be able to be maintained and to continue. You can only do so much and give so much without getting anything in return, basically. He's doing big tournaments, and if it's not financially viable at some point, he's going to stop.
Well, the one thing I'll say is we're probably going to deal with people who are upset with us trying to influence our ability to deliver a good winter arena one way or the other on the technical front, because it is the internet, and people can pool money and do all kinds of things to try and keep you from being able to broadcast. But once we get through that, if the show that we deliver isn't good enough, I'll be the first one to stand up and say, I'm sorry, it wasn't worth $20. All I want everybody to know is I'm trying. And if you don't like the method, hopefully you like the madness, and there's enough in there that you see the value.
One thing that they decided to start doing was charge for bonus features and streams. So you could actually get online and watch the streams for free, but it was limited to one low-resolution stream. But they had a lot of bonus features that you could pay for. You could pay $20 for. So you could actually see the player's point of view, or you could switch channels and see different commentators, or more and more games. So you actually got something for what you paid for. Another thing people will do, because they have to pay for these streams now, is they'll get a group together and actually sit down and watch it together. That's essentially what we do with Barcrafts, is we'll pay for the high definition stream, and then we'll put it up on the screens at a bar. This is kind of like watching a pay-per-view fight or something like that, where people get together and watch it in groups.
I go to Barcrafts because my roommates are really into it, and it's a great community because everyone's really into it. Everyone's cheering for their favorite player, like mine is Marine King Prime. So it's a really cool thing to go there and root for your favorite player with a whole bunch of people who really enjoy StarCraft. When I used to play Halo competitively on Xbox Live, you get a lot of kids who talk trash, and basically, because you have headsets, it's everybody talking trash. And I didn't like that because it really took away from the game and the raw elements of Halo. With StarCraft, you have a different set of community. At the start of almost every game, people say GLHF, which means good luck, have fun. And it's just a great way to start off the game and have good sportsmanship. And at the end of the game, people say GG, which means good game.
Trying to get so in the other player's face that there's not even time for the Bailings to finish.
Oh, and he's going to kill the Bailings before they morph. Zergling's coming out, but is it enough? Drop in the Manor Mills. GG! Marine King Prime is the champion of MLG.
Another chapter in esports history has been finished. Marine King Prime
the undisputed best player in the world, winning 2 MLGs in a row against the person everybody thought, without a doubt.
Give it up for Marine King Prime!
GLHF.